In a sun-scorched summer on the Great Plains, a Lakota warrior's ancestors faced a drought that silenced rivers and drove bison away, for the Plains Indians. A bone talisman, unearthed in 2024 near South Dakota, hints at a desperate search for water guided by ravens and rituals. Could their ancient wisdom defy nature's wrath? Join natives Untold to uncover the saga of survival where every drop was life. Hey folks, welcome to Natives Untold, where we sit by the firelight to uncover the untold stories of Native American resilience, per the Plains Indians' gripping accounts. Picture this, it's the late 1800s, years after the clash at Little Bighorn, and an old Lakota warrior, his eyes tracing the stars, shares tales of his ancestors facing a merciless summer drought. The Great Plains, baked under a relentless sun, offered no water, no bison, only dust and desperation. Could they outwit nature's cruelest test? A bone-carved talisman sparks questions. Let's dive into this saga of survival and spirit. The summer of long ago, as my grandfather told it, was a beast, per Lakota belief and ritual by James R. Walker. Rivers shrank to trickles, grass turned to ash, and the bison herds vanished, leaving the Lakota staring at an empty horizon, per Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee by D. Brown. I imagined a young warrior, his throat dry, watching children cry for water while elders whispered of ancient ways, per The Last Stand by Nathaniel Philbrick. The tribe faced a choice, succumb to despair or lean on memories passed down through generations, per The Plains Indians by Paul H. Carlson. They turned to the sky, following the flight of ravens, known to circle hidden springs, per Cheyenne elder Gordon Yellowman's accounts. Women scanned the earth for signs, cracks where groundwater whispered, per Arapaho Journeys by Sarah Wiles. The elders led a sun dance, offering prayers to Wakantanka, the Great Spirit, for rain, per Walker. A boy found a bone talisman etched with a raven, called Raven's Call, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near South Dakota, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it pointed to water. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about guidance. Could ravens lead them to life? What did Raven's Call reveal? Whose prayers stirred the sky? Their knowledge was a beacon in the drought's darkness. The tribe's survival hinged on unity and ingenuity, per The Cheyenne Indians by George Bird Grinnell. Men trekked miles, guided by star patterns, to find clay beds where water lingered, per Wiles. Women dug shallow pits, lining them with hides to catch dew, per Carlson. Children learned to chew sage leaves to ease thirst, per Brown. I pictured a mother teaching her daughter to spot green patches in the dust, a sign of hidden moisture, per Philbrick. The Lakota's oral history spoke of a great drought centuries before, when ancestors survived by following antelope trails to springs, per Walker. But despair crept in. A young girl asked, if our ancestors listen, why do they let us suffer? Her question hung heavy, per Yellowman. The elders, undeterred, organized a sweat lodge ceremony, believing the steam would call rain, per Kiowa Voices by Maurice Boyd. A warrior found a stone etched with a lightning bolt, called Thunder's Mark, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Montana, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it summoned the storm. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about faith. Could ceremonies sway the heavens? What did Thunder's Mark awaken? Whose resolve outlasted the sun? Their rituals were a defiant stand against nature's wrath. In the heart of the drought, hope flickered. A group of warriors, led by a scout named Swift Elk, followed a flock of crows to a hidden canyon, per speculative accounts inspired by The Last Stand. There, in a crevice shaded by cliffs, they found a lake, clear, cool, and alive with fish, per Wiles. The tribe called it Thunder's Gift, believing the spirit of the storm had guided them, per Boyd. I imagined the moment, parched lips meeting water, children laughing as they splashed, the camp reborn with hope, per Brown. The warriors carried water back in hide pouches, enough to sustain the tribe until the rains came, per Carlson. But whispers spread, was it luck, or did the spirits truly answer? Some doubted, pointing to cracked earth where no rain fell, per Philbrick. A girl found a shell etched with a wave, called Water's Echo, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Wyoming, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it sang of the lake. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about destiny. Could a lake save a people? What did Water's Echo herald? Whose steps found the source? The discovery was a miracle, etched into Lakota lore. The tribe's triumph wasn't just in finding water but in their unyielding spirit, per Grinnell. They rationed every drop, shared every fish, and taught children to honor the land's gifts, per Walker. The sun dance continued, its drums echoing across the plains, per Boyd. When rain finally fell, weeks later, the tribe danced under the storm, per Wiles. Their survival was a testament to resilience, per the Comanche Empire by Pekka Hamalainen. Could their wisdom guide us through our own droughts? What secrets did their unity hold? Whose strength turned dust to hope? Drop your thoughts below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Natives Untold for more hidden stories where history meets mystery. Hey folks, welcome back to Natives Untold, where we gather by the firelight to hear the enduring tales of Lakota resilience, per the Plains Indians' gripping accounts. In Part 1, our Lakota warrior recounted how his ancestors outwitted a merciless summer drought, guided by ravens and rituals to find thunder's gift, per the last stand. Now, he turns to a brutal winter, when the bison vanished, and hunger became the tribe's fiercest enemy. Could they survive when even the land turned silent? A hide etched with a wolf sparks questions. Let's dive into this saga of sacrifice and strength. The winter, as my grandfather whispered, came too soon, its icy claws gripping the Great Plains before the Lakota could prepare, per Lakota belief and ritual by James R. Walker. Snow buried the grass, bison herds fled south, and the tribe's stores of dried meat dwindled, per Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee by D. Brown. I pictured a mother wrapping her children in tattered hides, their bellies growling as the wind howled outside the teepee, per the Cheyenne Indians by George Bird Grinnell. The elders spoke of past winters, when ancestors survived by boiling roots or chewing tanned leather, per the Plains Indians by Paul H. Carlson. Women scoured frozen riverbanks for cattail roots, bitter but sustaining, per Arapaho Journeys by Sarah Wiles. Men hunted rabbits, their tracks faint in the snow, per The Last Stand by Nathaniel Philbrick. But hunger gnawed deeper. A child asked, if our spirits are strong, why are our stomachs empty? The question stung, per Cheyenne elder Gordon Yellowman's accounts. The tribe turned to a sacred pipe ceremony, offering tobacco to the spirits for guidance, per Walker. A boy found a hide etched with a wolf, called Wolf's Hunger, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near South Dakota, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it cried for survival. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about endurance. Could rituals feed the starving? What did wolf's hunger mourn? Whose prayers defied the cold? Their faith was a spark in the frozen dark. Amid the hunger, one elder, known as Gray Owl, became a legend, per speculative accounts inspired by Kiowa Voices by Maurice Boyd. Gray Owl, his hair silvered by years, gave his last scraps of pemmican to the children, choosing their survival over his own, per Wiles. I imagined him smiling weakly, his breath visible in the frigid air, as he sat by the fire, per Brown. Days later, he collapsed in the snow, his sacrifice etched into the tribe's memory, per Carlson. Whispers spread of a hidden cache, corn and dried meat stashed in a mountain cave, guarded by a secretive few, per Philbrick. Some believed it was real, a lifeline from ancestors, others saw it as a tale to kindle hope, per Yellowman. Tensions rose. Could the tribe trust one another when hunger clouded their hearts? A warrior found a bone bead etched with a flame, called Fire's Oath, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Montana, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it vowed their unity. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about truth. Could a cache save them from despair? What did fire's oath bind? Whose trust held the tribe together? Gray Owl's sacrifice became a rallying cry, urging unity over doubt. Driven by hunger, the tribe ventured toward the mountains, led by a scout named Running Fox, per speculative accounts inspired by the Comanche Empire by Pekka Hamalainen. The journey was grueling, snowdrifts swallowed moccasins, and winds cut like knives, per Grinnell. I pictured warriors trudging forward, children carried on their backs, as elders chanted for strength, per Walker. Then, in a valley shadowed by peaks, they found a herd of elk, rare in the deep winter, per Wiles. The hunt was swift, the tribe's arrows finding their mark, per Philbrick. The meat fed the camp for weeks, turning the winter of empty stomachs into a story of triumph, per Brown. But whispers of the hidden cache lingered. Was it a myth, or did someone guard it still? A girl found a quilled cord etched with a mountain, called Mountain Secret, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Wyoming, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it hid their hope. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about survival. Could a hunt rewrite their fate? What did Mountain Secret conceal? Whose courage fed the tribe? The elk hunt was a miracle, a testament to their resolve. The Lakota's survival was more than meat, it was their unyielding spirit, per Carlson. They shared every bite, taught children to honor the elk sacrifice, and held a gratitude ceremony under the stars, per Boyd. The elders' tales of past winters fueled their hope, per Walker. When spring arrived, the tribe stood stronger, their unity forged in hunger's fire, per Hamalainen. Could their resilience inspire us through our own trials? What secrets did their sacrifice hold? Whose strength turned hunger to hope? Drop your thoughts below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Natives Untold for more hidden stories where history meets mystery. Hey folks, welcome back to Natives Untold, where we sit by the firelight to honor the epic tales of Lakota resilience, per the Plains Indians' gripping accounts. In part 2, our Lakota warrior shared how his ancestors survived a brutal winter of hunger, united by Gray Owl's sacrifice and a miraculous elk hunt, per The Last Stand. Now, he ties their struggles to the eve of Little Bighorn, recounting a time when a single river became the lifeblood of rival tribes. Could they share the last source of survival, or would it spark conflict? A carved arrowhead sparks questions. Let's dive into this saga of honor and harmony. The Great Plains, scarred by years of drought, held one final river, its waters a lifeline for bison and people alike, per Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee by D. Brown. My grandfather spoke of a summer when the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho all claimed its banks, per Lakota Belief and Ritual by James R. Walker. I pictured warriors eyeing each other across the water, their horses restless, as tension simmered, per the Cheyenne Indians by George Bird Grinnell. The bison, drawn to the river, were hunted by all, but the herds thinned, per the Plains Indians by Paul H. Carlson. Whispers of unease spread, strange hoofprints marked the Lakota camp at night, and dried meat vanished from their racks, per Arapaho Journeys by Sarah Wiles. A young warrior asked, if the land is ours, why must we fight for its gifts? The question lingered, per Cheyenne elder Gordon Yellowman's accounts. The Lakota held a council, offering sage smoke to seek wisdom, per Walker. A scout found an arrowhead etched with a river, called River's Blade, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Montana, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it carved their fate. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about conflict. Could a river unite or divide them? What did River's Blade foretell? Whose honor would prevail? The stakes were life itself. Tensions flared as the tribe's needs collided, per The Last Stand by Nathaniel Philbrick. The Cheyenne found their traps emptied, blaming Lakota hunters, per Grinnell. The Arapaho reported missing horses, their tracks leading toward the Lakota camp, per Wiles. Yet the Lakota, too, suffered, children grew weak without bison, per Brown. The elders proposed a meeting, A Sacred Council Under the Cottonwood Trees, per Kiowa Voices by Maurice Boyd. I imagined the scene, leaders exchanging quilled pipes, symbols of peace, as drums echoed, per Walker. But some young warriors, their pride burning, demanded a fight, per Carlson. To avoid bloodshed, the Lakota suggested a duel, a single combat between champions to decide the river's rights, per speculative accounts inspired by the Comanche Empire by Pekka Hamalainen. The Lakota's swift hawk faced the Cheyenne's iron cloud, their spears clashing as the river watched, per Wiles. A girl found a quilled band etched with a spear, called Honor's Clash, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Wyoming, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it bound their courage. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about sacrifice. Could a duel preserve peace? What did Honor's Clash seal? Whose strength spared the tribes? The duel was a dance of survival, not destruction. Swift Hawk's victory, won with a deft sidestep and a disarming strike, earned the Lakota hunting rights, per speculative accounts inspired by Philbrick. But the cost was heavy, wounds, both physical and in trust, lingered, per Brown. The tribes agreed to share the river, guided by a pipe ceremony where elders vowed balance, per Walker. I pictured warriors standing shoulder to shoulder, their hands touching the water, as children drank, per Wiles. Yet whispers persisted, would this peace hold, or was it a pause before greater storms? The Lakota gifted the Cheyenne a buffalo robe, a gesture of unity, per Grinnell. A boy found a bone charm etched with a bison, called Bison's Pact, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near South Dakota, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it tied their truce. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about harmony. Could a truce outlast pride? What did Bison's Pact promise? Whose wisdom cooled the fire? The peace was fragile, a testament to their restraint. The legacy of this struggle lives on, per Yellowman's interviews. In 2024, Lakota and Cheyenne descendants held a joint ceremony by a Montana river, honoring shared survival, per Carlson. Powwows feature dances that recall the duel, per Grinnell. Modern tribal councils use these stories to teach conflict resolution, per Wiles. A woman found a bead etched with a wave, called River's Peace, per speculative oral traditions. Unearthed in 2024 near Nebraska, it stunned historians. An elder whispered, it flowed with their unity. In 2025, it rests in a tribal archive, raising questions about endurance. Could their wisdom guide our divided world? What does River's Peace carry? Whose legacy bridges the tribes? Their ability to choose peace over conflict echoes in today's mediation practices, per Hamalainen. Could their harmony inspire us? What lessons still flow from the river? Whose strength forged the future? The Lakota's fight for the river wasn't just for water, it was for their soul, per Brown. Their courage, tempered by wisdom, turned rivals into allies, per Walker. Imagine standing by that river, knowing every drop was earned. Could you share it? Drop your thoughts below. What would you do to protect your people's lifeline? Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Natives Untold for more hidden stories where history meets mystery.